आए थे, उन्होंने तब फ्री एनर्जी एंड फ्री फूड का कंसेप्ट दिया था। एनर्जी फ्री जियोथर्मल से हुई, गर्म पानी से, और कुकिंग आप वहां से करते हो। आज भी कुकिंग वहां से फ्री होती है, और जो भी बंदा आता है लंगर खा के जाता है, फ्री लंगर। तो जियोथर्मल की डायरेक्ट यूटिलाइजेशन हमारी कंट्री में सबसे पहले हुई है, और आज तक हो रही है। फ्री फूड का कंसेप्ट कहीं भी नहीं है। मैंने जितनी भी जियोथर्मल कंट्रीज हैं सारी विजिट कर ली है। लाहौर दरेलो प्लांट इटली में, वहां पे भी वो प्लांट है, अच्छा है, फर्स्ट जियोथर्मल प्लांट है। तो ये हमने फिर कंसेप्ट डेवलप किया था अग्नि योद्धारा का। ये कंसेप्ट डेवलप किया सस्टेनेबल फ्री। ये फ्री भी है, सस्टेनेबल भी है, इकोनॉमिकली सस्टेनेबल है, फ्री है, सेफ है, और एनर्जी फॉर ऑल बाय 2050 अगर इसको हम डेवलप कर लेते हैं, और एक एक वेल से हम गीगावाट्स और टेरावाट्स पावर भी प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं अगर ये सही तरह से करें। अभी हमारे जो कंसेप्ट हैं बड़े ट्रेडिशनल हैं, चाहे आइसलैंड में भी हैं, वो एक्सपेरिमेंट तो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो भी बड़े ट्रेडिशनल वे में कर रहे हैं। अगर उसको थोड़ा सा विस्तृत करके जाता है, तो ये अपने जो द्वारा लावा एनर्जी का कंसेप्ट हमने ये शुरू किया हुआ है। इसमें काफी हम कर रहे हैं, इंडिया में भी हम साइट्स देख रहे हैं, और जल्दी इसको करेंगे। अभी स्विट्जरलैंड में हमारा काम प्रोजेक्ट चल रहे हैं, वो पहले बंद हो गए थे, वहाँ पे अर्थक्वेक आ गए थे बासुल्स में, और तो अभी वहाँ पे दौर से गवर्नमेंट ने इजाजत दे दी कि नहीं, वो अलग चीज थी और ये अलग चीज है। पहले ये सिस्मिक स्थिति से इसको कोरिलेट करने लग पड़े थे। तो ये अगर आप देखोगे वर्ल्ड का, अगर हम 2050 की प्रोजेक्शन लेके चलें, जितनी भी एनर्जीज हैं, अब आप देखेंगे ये न्यूक्लियर पावर है, इसकी कॉस्टिंग तब और इकोनॉमिक सेफ्टी इधर पहुंच जाएगी सबसे ज्यादा। अभी तो यहाँ पे है इसका पर यूनिट कॉस्ट यहाँ पे पहुंचती है, फॉसिल फ्यूल की यहाँ पे पहुंच रही है, हाइड्रो पावर की यहाँ पे पहुंच रही है, सोलर थर्मल यहाँ तक पहुंच रहे हैं। और ये सोलर ये से और पर ये जियो को जो टेक्नोलॉजी है उसको डेवलप करके अगर हम जियो थर्मल को डेवलप सही एक्सटेंड डेवलप करेंगे तो ये ऑलमोस्ट फ्री एनर्जी। ये 2050 की हमारी प्रोजेक्शन है। ये जियो थर्मल प्राइसिंग है। और सर अग्नि योद्धारा, अच्छा ये इन we participated, presented this World Future Energy Summit when it was the minister there, and the Guardian, they conducted this, we were among the top 10 innovators here. This project was funded by Research Council of Norway, and और ये फिर वो the concept of free food and water I've already talked about. This is Lardero plant, the first geothermal plant production energy in the world. Until date, it has produced about this much, and it is almost like free energy now. There are some problems. Sometimes the geothermal heat is not proper, but again, renewals can be done just like oil, and then things move like that. And in Himalayas, these are the geothermal provinces in India. This is what our concept is. Basically, आज तक यही सोचते थे कि to achieve 600 degrees temperature या 900 degrees temperature, we have to get about say into the core, but that is not the case. We have this is the inner core about 6000 degrees temperature. तो इतना temperature है. To achieve this much temperature, we may have to build 2000 kilometers, but that is not the case now. Because Earth is not heterogeneous, we have prepared a small model just explaining you 600 degrees temperature या 900 degrees temperature के लिए आपको. This is basically heterogeneous Earth. We have mid-oceanic trenches here, oceanic trenches here, volcanoes. This situation you can correlate with a sort of Himalayas, and this with the Iceland, where the plates are drifting. So plates are moving almost every time. The plates are moving. जितने भी आपको earthquakes नजर आते हैं, ये these are results of this movement of the plates. So basically the stress is released along these mid-oceanic regions or along these trenches, mid-oceanic trenches. So magma, as a result of which, will be taken on the surface, you know. And if we tap this, we can just produce this gigawatts of power, you know. Not like Hawaii now. Yes, there is a tragedy now because Hawaii volcanoes we are not able to control, and they are just engulfing into the cities which have been planned. But again, that is not problem with the volcanoes; it is problem with the cities which have been planned, not taking into consideration the vicinity of the volcanoes, you know. So now you see, this is a case of the convergent boundaries. These boundaries are converging. We have island arc. So magma, whenever this is a convergence. So if you consider this, I will be talking slightly about Indian plate, and this is China plate. Then these tracks, this is where we will get magma at very shallow depths. Now this is India. This travelled from Africa for about 150 million years and then collided, forming Himalayas. And you see this again. And this is an example of Iceland. We have Eurasian plate and North American plate. And these two plates are drifting apart. Again, magma coming out. And this is one of the experiments which was done in Krefla. Now we are getting about super heat of about 900 degrees centigrade. So basically, the third concept of even if we don't have these magmas, we don't have these trenches, then is it possible to tap and produce geothermal? Yes. Now, whenever we have some earthquake activity, we have some cracks develop, again the energy is released, and then we can identify those sites, again deep borewells. Deep borewells, say about 4 or 5 kilometers or 3 kilometers, then pour hot water into it, generate steam, again to run turbine. This is what Australia is doing, but Australia has not been able to achieve. America has now, recently, they have been able to produce electricity using this technique. Now this is our concept of geocogen and Agneya Yogdhara sites. This is basically vertical tunneling what we do. We are planning to do now. This we are planning to do in, somewhere in Europe. And this is now TBM. I think the gentleman is going to talk tomorrow about these. These are horizontal boring machines, yeah, TBMs, but we are planning to do it inclined. It's a geothermal source, and then this is what I call the fourth generation geothermal plants. And then if this is done in Iceland, then one well, now they are producing about say 200 megawatts, this 1 gigawatts. And in India also, you know, we have a lot of sites where you can just start this and experiment with. Now, what are the risk factors in it? Again, same as oil industry was facing in the initial days. Uncertainty of source, huge initial investment. Now, these are basically some of the applications of Agneya Yogdhara geocogen concept. We can produce electricity. These are some of the applications. And if we have temperature say about 200 degrees centigrade, we can produce electricity. If we have 150, again binary, we can again produce electricity. And other applications can be. Now, geothermal, geo-exchange program, we have already talked about conditioning of the rooms using geothermal. So, at this, the talk will be talking about in detail. So, we have, just let me tell you that we have at this, we have some ambient temperatures below the ground and they remains same throughout geological provinces. So, I think, so in India we have a potential of about 10,000 megawatts known potential. But due to non-interest of the government, we are not able to invest in this because this requires clear government policy and huge initial investment like they are pumping in for oil sector, you know. So these are the various sites. One Puga site, Manikaran, Kasol, Badrinath, Chamoli. These are the sites which have been identified by GSI. And we have some Agneya Yogdhara sites, what we feel based on the geological evidences in Andaman Nicobar Island. These sites are almost similar to the conditions which we have in Iceland. Because Iceland, magma is at shallow depth, here also magma is at shallow depth, we can find sites. And this can become future energy hub of India. You know. This will be exporting energy and all the major energy requiring industries which require more industries, more energy will be shifted here on the vicinity of it. Because this is going to be the future Iceland of India. Again, Mumbai, we can produce gigawatts of power because of the different volcanic activity which led to, again, Delhi, promising area, and Himalayas, of course. In almost every area, you know, I was just talking that here also we have some hot springs. Hot springs are nothing but manifestation of geothermal source. But of course it depends on whether it's chemically done or whether it's associated with lava. If it is associated with lava, then it becomes a geothermal. So simple. So it's a step forward towards sustainable energy, and again these are some of the pictures of World Future Energy Summit. This is the famous Fuga geothermal spring. Initially this would go up to about 30 feet or more. This is a picture in, you see this ice sheet, this has been created because wind direction, the steam and the curtain was formed due to frozen of these papers. So world geothermal, today it's about 13 gigawatts of power being produced. USA is the topmost producer, followed by Philippines, Indonesia, Italy, New Zealand. They were one of the oldest, and then they have overtaken. Iceland has become 90%. So what is happening now is India, in spite of known 10,000 megawatts, and this is one-time investment and relaxing for the whole life. But still the government, still the policy makers want to invest in hydropower projects, solar power, and everybody, but not in this. They try to understand why. So now Kenya recently has built about 228 megawatts of power, and they have reduced their construction energy consumption, energy costing by 30% this year, and next year 40%. And they will be saving about $1 billion, and by 2022 they plan to export energy, geothermal energy elsewhere. So it is the future, safest sustainable energy for all. And we should seriously think about it, and maybe your management is interested, and we are planning a demonstrative project here, and because the water levels are very good here, and a pilot project can come up in your campus, and we'll try to make it a world-class pilot project so that it becomes a model for the entire country in terms of cooling. So now again coming back to the cycle of global warming, global era. So what will happen, why is UNIPCC and all the Denmark interested in climate change? I'll just end with this small. So because in Himalayas we have nothing to lose now. Our Indus Valley civilization in the past vanished because of glacial flooding in the past. There was no other reason. Indus Valley, Mesopotamian civilization, they were all on the banks of Indus. So whenever like today what is happening is everybody wants a beach site, and in my place here everybody wants a beach site, and in my place they want to encroach all the Panchkula has come up near Chandigarh. Panchkula has come up on the Nala, old Saraswati river, So what will happen now? They will all come, they will all settle there, then a small flood will come, and then they will come. So now what is happening is, in Europe, we have nothing to lose now because there are no glaciers in Himalayas. We can create that much type of impact, we require about 10 meters or maybe more of sedimentation to create that industrial impact. So increase in sea levels, more cyclones, and the eastern coast of America and Western Europe, they will be most. Like Florida, no insurance company today is ready to invest in insurance of houses in Florida. Why? Simple reason, here sea level rise, anytime cyclone comes, you are washed out, what will you do? Similar thing is happening in Western Europe, Finland, Holland, they are creating so much walls. Holland, if you see, you might have seen those in National Geography, some of them. इतनी बड़ी बड़ी waves की waves control कर लें ताकि हमारी country बच जाए impact of warming से. Because now it is their turn to be face the wraths of warming, not we. We will face because we are just encroaching and just कोणार्क टेम्पल से आगे कोई भी घर बनेगा वो कभी भी साइक्लोन से जाएगा. ये बाउंड्री मार्क हमारे एंसेस्टर्स ने इतनी पहले दे रखे हैं, पर वो हमारा ग्रीड है, हमको आगे आगे बीच देखनी है, बीच पैदा देख के चले जाओ, फिर आके मंदिर में पूजा करके वापस चले जाओ घर पे निवास आओ. तो इंडियन कॉन्टिनेंट, इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट एंड अफ्रीका बाय 2050 ऑनवर्ड्स कूलिंग के टाइम में क्या होगा. अभी आप सुन रहे होंगे अमेरिका में थोड़े दिन पहले बर्फ पड़ गई थी. मेरे दोस्तों की मेल आई है, मैं ले गया था, -7 डिग्री टेम्परेचर था. कहते हैं अमेरिका में वी आर आल्सो इन द सेम टेम्परेचर, डोंट वरी. सो दैट इज नाउ अभी वार्मिंग इट, अभी वी आर जस्ट फेजिंग आउट वार्मिंग एरा, अभी हुआ नहीं है, लेकिन जस्ट सी द इम्पैक्ट. कूलिंग वहाँ पे एक बर्फ पड़ जाती है और पीछे अगर यूरोप में पड़ गया था तो वो सारा का सिस्टम ही ब्लॉक हो गया था. अगर रशिया उनको गैस नहीं सप्लाई करेगा हीटिंग के लिए तो सब खत्म हो जाता है. तो दे आर ऑल थिंकिंग ऑफ जियोथर्मल. सोलर कब तक है? सोलर अगर हमारे को बर्फ पड़ रही तो सोलर ने क्या करना है यार? विंड चलती नहीं है तो विंड ने क्या करना है? छोटी छोटी बातें हैं ये। पर एक आपकी हीट एनर्जी है नीचे की, उसमें क्या करना है? उसने वो 15 डिग्री है तो 15 डिग्री रहना है। उसको आप इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज करोगे जितनी आप कूलिंग और हीटिंग बाहर से दोगे उसको। तो वो सस्टेनेबल सिस्टम है और ये यूरोप में बिगेस्ट मार्केट बन गई है ग्राउंड सोर्स हीट पंप्स। अगर आप अपना इलेक्ट्रिकल थोड़े से हैं यहाँ पे, अभी जियोथर्मल का तो कंसेप्ट अभी यहाँ पे आएगा, लेकिन ग्राउंड सोर्स हीट पंप्स के लिए यू कैन इवॉल्व टेक्नोलॉजी। अभी क्या हो रहा है, वहां से इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, पर यहाँ पे अगर बनाना शुरू कर दो आप, थोड़े से पायलट प्रोजेक्ट्स है, कुछ भी नहीं, रिवर्स फ्रिज का कंसेप्ट है, एयर कंडीशनिंग का कंसेप्ट है, छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, वो हीट पंप्स बनाओ यहाँ पे, उसके साथ जोड़ो उस प्रोजेक्ट के साथ, जो पायलट प्रोजेक्ट यहाँ पे हम यूनिवर्सिटी में करेंगे उसके साथ जोड़ो। तो फिर क्या है कि आपके पास जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं है, इतनी सारी जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, पागल हो जाओगे कहाँ करूँ और कितने पैसे मांगू, वो आप पे निर्भर करेगा अगर अच्छी आप एक्सपर्ट इसमें बन जाते हो। नौकरी मत ढूंढो यार, नौकर मत बनो किसी के भी। एक बार जिंदगी मिली है, 3 इडियट्स देख के जियो। हाँ हो गया खत्म। पूछना कुछ? थैंक यू सर। अगर आप बोल रहे हो तो फिर वाकई होगी कुछ।
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite our A.K. Raj sir to felicitate sir. Sir, please, a big round of applause, guys, please. Now I invite